So there's a potential undisputed in the heavyweight division. Tyson Fury, who's so-called retired. Oleksandr Usyk just beat Joshua. Tyson Fury comes out and says he wants a $500 million pot or he's staying retired. I'm not a manager. It sounds unrealistic to me, but you tell me, is that kind of money available for that caliber of fight?
Well, it's totally unrealistic. And I got a lot of respect for all of the heavyweights because it only takes one punch to end it all for those guys. All guys in boxing, but particularly the heavyweights. So Tyson Fury knows that there's no such thing as 500 million in the pot. What he's doing is he's doing his usual typical PR. It's called public relations. One thing that we have to give credit and credence to Tyson Fury on is that he promotes himself. And this is just him promoting himself because at the end of the day, if he does come out of retirement and he fights Usyk and he wins, of course all of the titles will be his and he will be the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world and the lineal heavyweight champion of the world. So he's just doing public relations. He knows there's no such thing as 500 million in the pot. So it's just all public relations to build up, you know, the atmosphere of having a good fight that can basically sell tickets and pay-per-view.
How much do you think would be in the pot, though?
For that fight?
For that fight.
A lot of money. Because both of these individuals, both of these competitors, both of these gladiators and fighters, they have countries behind them. And, you know, win, lose, or draw, one thing I can say about countrymen, their country support them whether they are 3 wins and 25 losses or 20 wins and 2 losses or whatever, though their country stand behind them. So, you know, it don't matter. The bottom line is, are the fans willing to pay for the fight? Pay-per-view and or live gate. That's what it's all about. And if you can generate the environment to galvanize the fans to pay for the fight, it's going to get done. And both of these guys are, like I said, they're from other countries. So their country's going to stand behind them and support them, and they're going to generate a lot of money. I can tell you about, we can say maybe 80 to 100 million. Easy, absolutely. But here's the thing. The question becomes, with network.
True. With
network is going to help, you know, finance the fight, pay the licensing fees and those type of deals to be able to get this fight done. Because you know who Fury is with. He's with Bob Arum in American ESPN. And then, of course, Frank Warren and those guys got him out.
And Usyk's kind of like a free agent.
He's like a free agent. Yeah. So you know what Bob going to do. The same thing Crawford should do. Go over there, get the 2 or 3 fight deal when you go over there.
Yeah.
And that's what Bob Arum probably is going to have Usyk do to fight Fury. You can fight him now. We got 80 to 100 million in the pot. But you know you got to give me 2 or 3 fights. The same way that my main man Devin Haney is doing with Kambosos. He got a 2 or 3 fight deal over there with those guys. It's no different than what Al Heyman and them is doing. I mean, I know I'm spinning it back around with Crawford and them, but it's no different than Crawford will have to do over there with PBC.
Marty, what's a more lucrative fight? Joshua Wilder or Fury Usyk right now?
I'm gonna be honest with you. The more lucrative fight would be Usyk and Fury compared to Wilder and Joshua. And the reason why is because both of these gladiators, both of them are great champions, but they're both coming off of a loss, right? So in Joshua's perspective, he's coming off of a loss twice from the same guy, but he lost his titles. And he did not recover
Wilder
to win them.
Same thing. Okay, but if Wilder beats Hellenius, do you see the fight differently?
Right. So that's what. Thank you. My point. So Wilder did the same thing with the losses and lost his titles, but the difference is Wilder may knock this guy out in October, which I will be there in the Barclays Center, by the way. He's going to knock this guy out possibly, and then his stock rises again. His confidence rises again, where Joshua's confidence has been going downhill since the Andy Ruiz fight, so it's hard to sell. However, in Joshua's defense, like I just said before, those countrymen, their country stand behind them. So it's nothing for Wilder to bring 80 to 90,000 at Wembley Stadium, no matter who he fights. So I would say the more lucrative fight right now is for all the marbles, all the belts on the line against 2 countrymen, and that's Fury and Usyk.